Well, hello everyone. Well, I'm selling a Compumotor Z series drive. Actually, it's a micro stepping driver, micro stepping driver. Uh, the high resolution is 25,000 per revolution, and the lowest is 2,000 per revolution. Here is the diagram of your connections. What I did, you need to use a motor with two phase with center tops. 1 and 2 is for one phase, 2 and 3 is for the second phase, and the number and 5 CT means center tops of the two center tops of the motor going together in the number 5 pin. The 6 and 7 is the power. This is very reliable because you can start with 12 volts up to 90 volt DC, 5 amps. You can use a laptop power supply, which is great. You maybe can use a PC power supply, but the amperage is important. You have at least 5 amps in your power supply to work properly. And then you need another power for logic ground and logic plus, which is between 9 and 12 volts DC. So in this cell, because this is heavy, it's a little bit bigger, and I have to put it in a medium flat rate box, I think about it and say, well, let's try to do something to take advantage of the shipping, because I know it's hard to pay for shipping. I don't like to pay too much for shipping. When somebody charges a lot, I hate that, Anyway, I say $12 for shipping in a medium flat rate box. The extra $1.25, which is nothing, is just for packaging and taken to the postal office. I live in a small village in the mountains in New Mexico, so it will take me a little while to get to the postal office, that's all. But this cell is for the driver. I won't include this motor. It's an old motor, but it's in really good condition. It's in a rapid sync, 12 volt DC, 0.44 rate current in amps. It's slow, but it's okay. It's got a kind of fine thread in here, but you have to remove this. If you want, you can remove the pin that hold it to reveal the 1/4 inch, or I probably do it. I don't know. I don't think you need this. It's very simple to remove, and to reveal the 1/4 inch shaft for attached to your axis. Okay, in the CNC, especially I like to use on the CNC hobby, CNC mini mills, lathes. I not intend this for large machines or something like that. It's to be for start do something, This is a nice, it's old, but believe it or not, sometimes the old things versus the new ones, sometimes those always working, because the components, they are bigger, of course, but they support more, static, more things than the little ones. If the little ones some things get fault and then you have to replace the whole thing. And sometimes in this one, this is an isolated protection also inside and everything. So anyway, this piece, what you see in here, this yellow piece, I'm included because it's hard to find it actually, just a piece like that. I could see on eBay people sell the driver without the connector, and it's hard to find, but I have, and this isn't built in pieces. I don't know, I don't want to remove them, but you can actually, if you want to use 4, 5 or 6, you can just remove. And this is the lid, the little cover. So okay, I just hook up to make a little test for you. You can find the manual. Just type in your browser Compumotor C series drive manual, and they send you right away to the manual, but you have to choose the C old driver. Okay, the C old driver is this one. Old doesn't mean it's not that good. I mean, this is 25,000 steps per revolution maximum, and the minimum is 2,000 minimum. So, and then they have in here a set of pins like a hard drive in the computers from 1 to 9. When you check the manual, you notice which pins you need to use. For example, if you replace this motor with larger motor with larger amperage, and then you have to start adding, you know, the little bridges like this. They're very popular in the hard drives. To read the manual or the instruction of your motor, and you can tell you which amperage you're looking for, and then is the number of this little bridge you need to add across. I mean, and in a line, not across, in a line. So the manual tell you everything, and you can download it and save it in a PDF file. Very simple. This is for the computer. They have some programs and stuff, but you know, I mean, and this, what I say, they use 2 different powers. This one is I use 24 volts to test for testing, and a small power supply. You found those from 9 volts. They recommended 300 milliamps. I use one, but it's 9 volts at 500 milliamps. If it was a 12 volts, I don't use 500 amp, but it's a 9 volts power supply, so 500 milliamps is not a big deal. Let me turn it on. The way I have it set it is just to test it. And see, it started turning. I don't know if you're able to see it turning. It's turning, and I put it on the table to you hear the noise of the turning. And you see now, it's not any pin added yet to the amperage, because this little guy is 44.44 without pin. I mean, without the bridge is running. Of course, if I hold it, I'm gonna stop it. See, but not that easy. I mean, it's easy definitely, but you know, in a CNC, the motor, the driver is not the only thing to make your system work. If you have a good axis, linear stages, or especially the linear stage to rest on the steel balls, I make sure with this you can move the table without lose the step, even with load. But of course, if you use a different type, like you know, those mini mills that I made from you know, the B part and the other part to go inside to the B, this is how, of course, you require a lot more torque. But I want to turn it off, and I just gonna add, and you know, see, the motor is little warm, but not warm at all. I mean, not hot at all. Why? Because the amperage is, we're running at the amperage average. Okay, I want to turn it on, just the power supply. You have to have the two powers connected. Okay, it's gonna stop in a second. Okay, so I want to put the bridge in the second. Let's see, where is my this? Okay, I want to put the bridge over the second pin. Remember, it has to be, just follow this way, not that way. Okay, horizontal, I'm sorry, vertical, facing the driver this way. The second, you will notice I'm not gonna be able to stop with my fingers the motor, and I give you my word, I'm gonna put a lot of pressure on it. See, I tell you, I give you my word, I honest, I can't stop it. Just can't stop it. Look my fingers. And it's just okay. But what would happen is the motor is gonna start getting warmer. Perhaps not too much, but you know, with good linear stage or good linear stage and lead screw with steel ball bushing. This will be, you don't need more for this motor in particularly. Okay, I have different motors. Actually, I selling one in my store, and I have many motors. If you want larger motors, just let me know. This can run actually the NEMA. This is NEMA 23. You can run motors for NEMA 42 and the larger ones. I feel a little warm, definitely. Start getting hot. Why? Because we are applying about 1 point some amps, and this guy is only 0.44. So anyway, but you know, if you need to do a job, you have to read the manual. There's a lot of possibilities, and then you're able to. Let me turn it off, and I will remove the little bridge. If it let me, sometimes it's hard. I wanna left it there where I already test the motor and everything. Anyway, I will include it, the driver. I explained this little motor and the power supply, the logic power supply only. Okay, you have to connect both together, but I want to say, well, if I have a few pieces, what I don't include it. And the connector, you know, I have the connectors. Let me, just a second please. I have more connectors, and let me show you. I want to take apart this one. You could see the cover. This is the cover. You see that I removed the cover, and then you're gonna start to remove them one piece at a time. You see the pin. It's hard to remove. You have to use a tiny screwdriver and gentle going, and then when you add one to another, you don't have to put the cover go at the end, otherwise it doesn't match. So at the end you take this back and clip it, okay? And you can make this one shorter, larger, whatever. I mean, that's why I include that one, because I have few pieces like that, and I decide to put one. This is a little dirty because, you know, I've been using my fingers with the motor, but this is new. Anyway, $59.99, $12 for shipping. You know, to take advantage of the shipping, you want to pay. I probably tell you basically the most you need to know. Pretty large video, I'm sorry, but $59.99. The little motor, the driver, the connector, and the logic DC power supply. You have to find the motor power, the power supply, okay, which is between 12 and 90 volts DC. I tell you at the beginning some ideas. The power supplies for laptops are pretty good. They have a high amperage and 19 volts, most of them, and it's very easy to find them, but it's up to you and up to you, whatever you need to do. This little motor could be good grade without any. I won't include the one of the bridges that the bridge one, but I have to leave there. I'm gonna leave there, but remember, read all the manual and you can find a lot of possibilities with this. $59.99, $12 and for shipping, and I will take some pictures. Thank you so much for being so patient and for watching. Thank you.